Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today's episode is all about thermal cameras. I used thermal cameras many years back, and I rented one which was really expensive to buy to find out how rubber behaves thermally. And there's an interesting episode about this. I'll put the link down there for you if you want to watch it. In any case, now the price of the thermal cameras is coming down and down, and the quality goes up and up and up. And now there's many models available that you can simply attach to your smartphone. I have been contacted by a maker of a really great product. It's called the T2 Pro, and it's a tiny little camera that attaches to the Android phones, and it gives it phenomenal features. So you can really see in the night, and you can see the differences in temperature, which immediately got me thinking, because what the thermal technology can do for you that like infrared technology cannot do for you, it easily helps you finding live creatures. So for hunters or for people that you want to use a weapon for tactical purposes, it's a great feature if you can identify live, warm-blooded creatures so easily in the dark. Now in Germany it is illegal to attach a night vision or a thermal camera to a gun or to a crossbow. But it is not illegal to do that with a bow. So I decided to attach one of these cameras, provided to me by the manufacturer. I decided to attach it to a Whipshot tactical repeating bow, which is a very affordable version of the Instant Legolas. Like the more expensive version made in Austria is called the Fenris by Steambow. This is the one made by EK Archery, and the whole set costs around 450 euros. Link down there. In any case, it's hard to come by. Everything has delivery time today. Now, okay, so a bow in German gun laws is not a weapon. It is a sports device, and none of the rules that are specified in the German gun laws apply to bows. So I am allowed to attach lasers and to attach these devices to my bow, which I have done. Now this thing here that still has the cap on because it's obviously still daylight to protect the camera from overexposure to the sun. It is clamped in here, and on the same device the phone is clamped in, and they typically do this, they give this to you like in a little handle, so you can walk around with your phone and the camera and everything and the laser setup, so you can just use it to watch things in nature at night. Now I separated it. I put the laser that is part of the package, I put this to the bow independently, and I put this to the Picatinny rail of the bow. I made a little adapter for it, from wood of course, what else? And now what I have is, I have a Night Hunter Whipshot. That's right, the Night Hunter Whipshot. Let me show you its features. Okay, so as you see, the phone is clamped in, solid, and the camera is also clamped in. And there is the laser. So what I'm doing is, I'm sighting in the bow using the laser, and I can do this in daylight of course. And then I'm using the crosshairs that you use to measure the temperature inside of the camera. You use crosshairs so that it can actually tell you how warm something is when it's in thermal mode. I use this as my real crosshairs, and I just bring the two to the same point, so that at night I don't really need the laser anymore. I can just use the crosshairs from the camera because it would point at the exact same spot, so I'm always hitting what I want to hit. And the idea is that I can go and shoot things at night that I can't see with my naked eyes without any illumination attached to the bow. So that actually whatever I'm shooting at won't even notice what's going on. Isn't that cool? I think that's the definition of tactical nighttime shooting. So I switched on the laser, and you can probably not see it because it's so bright out there today that the camera is just dimming down. But I can see my laser on my target, and I can sight the weapon in using the H and V adjustments built into the laser. Okay, that was a pretty good hit. Last arrow. Okay, I am now in the shade, and I'm pointing the laser, not sure if you can see it well, but I'm pointing the laser at that board. And the same goes for my little crosshairs. See here, my little crosshairs on this. So the board is 15.9 centigrade, and as you see, I'm pointing it exactly at the spot where the laser is at. This means I can now use my pointer here to actually shoot and hit the target, and I can switch off the laser because that could be irritating. Let's try it. Okay, not sure if you can see this, but I'm now aiming with my laser device. Bang. Cool? I think so. So why is this necessary? Why do I have to work like this? Well, the answer is fairly simple. Since you see the laser itself does not create enough heat to be seen by the thermal camera. So my eye can see the laser pointer, but the camera cannot. It is actually blind for light. It can only see heat. Now, of course, at night that can be a problem, because if you want to use the laser, then you can see the laser point in total darkness. But without an additional lighting system, you cannot see where the laser pointer is pointed at. You know, so you would see the laser pointer somewhere on an object, but you don't know, is that my target, or is that just any random object like a tree trunk or something. So we need to make sure that the crosshairs in the phone are exactly at the same spot where the laser is pointed at. Okay, we're now outside, and even though it's really dark, you can clearly see me. And you can see the parts of me that are warmer, probably my eyes, and my mouth is warmer. And actually in the crosshairs you can also see how warm it is. Cool feature, isn't it? This camera sees everything that has a temperature and nothing that doesn't. So you can see a deer, but you can't see fish, because fish are cold-blooded and are exactly as warm as the water that surrounds them. And up here we can see our dear Rolfie. Rolfie's snout is very warm. It's actually like 30 degrees. You see, these are the trees, which are really still warm. And up here we actually have clouds and the moon. We can't see the moon, even though it's actually it is there. It is a little bit warmer than everything else. Oh, Alfie, unbelievable, it's pitch black. You're fine, mein Dicker. Rolfie, komm. Fine. Okay, here we are. It is pitch black out there, but you can see my little fish pond is actually very bright, and that is because the water is still warm. And so are the rocks that we got here. Yeah, and these are the targets. These are the balloons that are filled, and you can actually see the middle one is filled with water, and that's now a distance of about 10 meters. The other 4 are not filled with water because it was actually rather complicated. Let's go a little bit closer. So this is how sharp you can get this thing. Keep in mind it's pitch black out there. Okay, so let's shoot at the balloon. Let's take careful aim. Okay, like so. Ha! We hit the middle one, did you see? Okay, let's hit another one. Ha! We got the top left one. Very cool. Now let's change over to another distance. Okay, we're now at a 30-meter distance, and as you can see, the targets are actually quite far away now. But I can still see them. Okay, and I will of course have to hold over a little bit, since the distance is much larger than the distance that we had when I started. Ha! I got it. And the other one. And that is the result. All of the balloons are gone, and you can still see the water splashes because it's now condensing, it's now evaporating, and this means it's cooling down the archery target mat. Really interesting. See, it's warmer here and it's colder here. What I really love about this instant Legolas invention of mine is that it's really archery in cheat mode. Means that there's nothing you need to really pay attention to. It doesn't matter how you hold the bow, it doesn't matter how you release the bow after the shot and so on. You simply hit where the darn laser pointer is aimed at, or your red dot sight or your scope or whatever you use for aiming. You don't have to, look at things through a peep sight and so on. It's all irrelevant, and therefore it is really archery in cheat mode. And that's why a lot of traditional archers hate my invention. Well, tough luck. It's called progress, guys. So if I take the bow and hold it like so, which normally you're not supposed to do at all, and I find my laser on the target, and then I shoot, the same thing happens. That was a little high. Funny way to shoot a bow. There's my laser. Yeah, see? Okay, or if I decide to hold it over my head, like so, which no sane archer would ever do, I'm hitting. Same goes if I decide to shoot from the hip, like so. See? Forget all this, hold it that way, touch your corner of the mouth and all these things and release it so it swings. Forget about it. That was yesterday. Today, no such problems anymore. This is not a sponsored video, therefore nobody paid me for making it, but the manufacturer actually gave me a sample of the product for free, and I really appreciate that because I think it's really an interesting product. In any case, if you are interested in this too, then I put the link down there to the site where you can buy it. It costs around 400 euros or dollars, so I think it's really affordable if you keep in mind what kind of quality you get for it. So, the Whipshot Night Hunter mode, what do you think of it? I actually love it because it's so cool. And I actually had tested night vision equipment before, but it wasn't really good. It was really not really possible to see anything with it. But this thing is a complete life changer. Really is.